Petty, let me start with you. I talk a lot in this committee about the growing dependency that we have in this nation when it comes to minerals. When I say dependency, it's dependency on outside sources. Last year, the United States imported 100% of 20 different minerals and at least 50% of another 30. I have likened it to the situation that we were in some years back when we were always talking about our reliance overseas for oil and how that made us vulnerable as a nation from an energy security perspective, but also from a national security perspective. Well, we're doing much better on the oil side, but in my view, we are going in the wrong direction when it comes to mineral security. Can you speak just briefly to the role that you believe that USGS can play in our efforts to lessen that dependency, and whether you think that the agency, USGS, requires additional statutory authority that might be helpful or necessary to address this?
Yes, thank you, Senator. Absolutely. I mean, your opening comments specifically on minerals is really a critical aspect, both in, obviously, for Alaska and working these many years, even with the state of Idaho. Critical minerals are in both of these locations. And so with USGS being able to be the principal gathering of that information on those specific type of minerals, it is critical that we give full support to the U.S. Geological Survey in these priorities. I've been here on many years of the briefings that has actually taken place in this hearing room, and with the testimonies that the different experts from the U.S. Geological Survey who have come to this specific committee and highlighting the importance and gathering that information. It is up to, obviously, the committee to continue giving direction and support to how the U.S. Geological Survey can support each one of the individual states and members, as well as this whole country, in those important value of those minerals. So I look forward to working with you, your staff, as we continue to pursue exactly how we need to get better data to this committee specifically so that we can support the decisions that you'll need to make into the future.
Thank you. Dr. Capuano, you mentioned the independent role of EIA and the fact that it is held out to be this unbiased arbiter, if you will, of data. I know that this committee certainly looks to the information that comes from EIA, and we want to be able to rely on not only its accuracy, but really a very unbiased view. And I think it's fair to say that when you have political and policy questions that come together, there can be great discussions about whether or not there is some bias that is brought to it. But when we're looking at baseline predictions of future energy markets and how different regulatory environments or different legal scenarios might change that baseline, this job working within EIA becomes more than a little bit complicated. Can you, basically what I'm looking for this morning is the assurance that your work within EIA will be one that keeps us from the politicization or the bias that one can see. I believe that the EIA needs to maintain that truly independent role, and I'd like you to speak to that.
I will bring, if appointed to this position, I will bring the years of experience I have in technology training and sorting out issues around data versus opinion. And so I am very committed to working with EIA to make sure that the data is high quality, that it's credible, and that it is not biased. And I'll just do my best to work to do that.
Thank you.